I have the pleasure to introduce my old friend Rita Falter,
Not only a senior teacher trainer,
but also a devoted Learning Center franchisee and mother of two Helen Doron teachers.
Hello! How are you? Okay, good, or great? The louder the better. Good. I will change that. Okay, before I get to my speech, which is an awful long title, I would like to take a second for myself because I have two very lovely, very old parents who have never seen such a group in their lives. I'm sure that they never saw such amazing, wonderful people, loving, caring, at the same time, so successful. Do you mind if I take a picture? Now, give me your nicest smile. Think of how much you love your children. And if you do that, there is a present waiting for you at the end of my performance. That better? At the end of my performance, there's a little gift for all of you, unless you clap too early. If you clap too early, no gift. Remember that? Good. Pictures. Okay, give me the smile. Good. And can you do better? No, you couldn't. They were all beautiful. All right. Wow, Helen, what a party. Celebrating 25 years of success together with the people who through their everyday work made this success happen. Your brainchild and your family. I myself have been a proud member of this team for over 12 years. That's half the lifetime of this one until now. And I had great pleasure enlarging this family by adding over 1,000 teachers through having the pleasure and joy of TTCs. I feel specifically honored to be here today. Why? Because I don't just see your heads. I see all these little heads whose brains you fill with joy and knowledge. Taking into account that each of you teachers here, together with your business partners, the FPs, MFs, the head office, you will influence the lives. Taking into account that each of you will teach approximately 300 children during your career, at least. That means the group who's sitting here will influence the life of at least 250,000 children. What a love you spread all over the world to 27 countries. But it doesn't stop here. But before I go on into your impact on humanity, I'd like to do a short excursion into biology. Remember your school stuff? Ugh. No, this is not a Helen Doron choo-choo train track which by accident got into a mixer. It's something we have in every of our cells. They call genes. And they show the person that you are. So in my case, they would say brown hair and brown eyes. In Helen's case, blonde hair, blue eyes. In others' case, red hair, green eyes, unless you decide with a hairdresser to change this information. Now, latest research in epigenetics, that's the field of genetics, made a groundbreaking discovery. They discovered that the expression of these genes can be altered through life's experience. This change you can see by the light spots, which are the methyl groups attaching to your DNA. These are the carriers of the information. By attaching to the DNA, the genetic code will change. And what they found out is that this will pass on to later generations. Let me show you some examples. Professor Roosboom at the University of Amsterdam found out by doing a research on 900 people, that's about this room. These people were born after World War II. Given the famine caused by the war, they were all born underweight. When they had children themselves, these children were also underweight, although they had never experienced famine. There was plenty of food available while they were pregnant, so the children should have been normal. Another striking example for this was found by the Max Planck Institutes in Munich. They exposed young mice to bright light, like this one now. Every time they did this, they took their mothers away from them. So when these mice were adults, obviously for the rest of their lives, they tried to avoid bright light. Interestingly, the next generation, the offspring of these mice, also tried to avoid bright light, although they had never experienced anything negative related to bright light before. This and other research indicates that significant experiences during life can activate or deactivate genetic information. Doesn't that give you goosebumps? Ugh. Now I'll make a big jump. Can you help me do the jump, everybody? Up. And let's jump into the fields of education. Yippee! Okay, sit down. Good, well done. After we made this big jump, we could say that experiences, namely input, education, can activate or deactivate potential, namely talents. Talents inborn to a child would stay dormant for the rest of their lives unless specifically awakened through teaching. Do you see those hands up there? Yeah, you are those hands watering talents. Now, we could say that in terms of early child development, this could mean that by the means of early learning, we can switch on certain genes responsible for talents like language talent, mathematical talent, etc. permanently. And these skills or talents could act as an inheritance from the child to teach to their children, and it goes on and on and on. Now, knowing this potential, this power that we have to activate talents, it becomes self-evident that it is crucial for society that we teach in the best manner possible. So it's you who makes the difference here. We as Helen Doron teachers, Now, how to teach the best way possible? By teaching cows? Nah, just joking. By getting to know the beings that we teach. If you want to teach a dolphin to jump high, you better learn what a dolphin is all about, what a dolphin likes. Like water? Same applies to children. If you want to work with children best, you should understand the specific characteristic of a child, the essence of children. And we Helen Doron teachers do, and teach accordingly. Children. In my TTCs, I call them UFOs because they're born with unlimited flying opportunities. Physically, mentally, emotionally. And we Helen Doron teachers know that. They love to move, so what do? Come on, move it. Yeah. We offer endless movement. They're born with the joy of life, happiness. We offer crazy ideas, magic lessons. They're born for craving for learning. We offer many areas of interest, involving all senses to reach all learning types. They're born with unlimited creativity and imagination. We offer magic stories, self-made props for them and with them to enhance this. Born with healthy ambition. We enforce this with motivation success principle. Ever listen to a playground? They're incredibly expressive, these UFOs. Look at their intonation, body language. Well, what do we learn in the TTC? The language of children. We learn to move and we learn to give information with intonation. Children are ready to love others. They trust others. We offer them groups, small groups. We offer group games to let them feel comfortable within their groups. Children are born highly analytical, logical. What do? We offer them a second language at a young age, which is like bodybuilding for the brain. All the points on the left side, they're born with. Not all the points, I lied. The last one isn't. According to Lacan, a child is not even born with self-awareness. They develop self-awareness within the first year, which is a foundation to develop self-esteem. That's why they're not born with self-esteem. They develop it with the help of their surroundings. And during this development, it's extremely delicate, therefore vulnerable during growth. We enforce this. The most frequent word in our lesson is very good. Yes, you're great. But here's space to do even better, space for improvement. Why? One thing applies to all of us, especially. There is no limit to perfection. Are you ready to take the next step? Okay, let's become Buzz Lightyears. Everybody up? Do what I do. I do it first. To infinity and beyond. Okay, everybody? To infinity and beyond. That's how you get the stars down for them. Very good. Thank you. Let me get to self-esteem. That was the last point I mentioned to you. The definition of self-esteem is a healthy love for yourself and trust in your own abilities. Research proves that self-esteem plays the key role to the future of a child. Psychologists closely relate low self-esteem to low performance, lack of motivation, namely lethargy, depression, and, this is important, aggression, either towards yourself, which could result in suicide, or aggression towards others, which will result in crime or violence. Psychologists also relate high self-esteem to something wonderful: success, healthy ambition, joy in learning, which becomes joy in life. Joy in yourself, loving yourself, and joy with others. That means caring for others.